We're live. We're live. Thank you, Multiseti, for this guys. I'm stupid right now. Is for the membership. Thank you so very much, Multiseti. Hello, how are you guys? And here we have Victoria with Tina. We've missed
Yay.
you. We've missed you, Victoria. People have
I
been wondering
know. I
where.
know.
We have missed her. It's nice to see you back, Vic.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll be in full swing in a couple of weeks. I'm moving. So once I've
Yeah.
got my internet connected, we'll be back on.
How
They say, don't they,
exciting!
having babies, moving and getting married is like three of the most
Yeah.
stressful things ever.
Very stressful. And I've seen that I've accumulated so much stuff that I don't need. And I'm like, why have I kept it? It's just jars, pots, things that I just never
We can
use.
all absolutely relate
Yes.
to that.
Yes.
We all literally. Oh.
No more. I'm going to have a very minimal flat. Nothing in it.
Yeah.
So it's got the space.
Can't
Yeah,
use
I'm
anything
excited.
I am brutal. You know that I'm brutal with that? I am absolutely brutal with that. I am the kind of person that I will absolutely get rid of that. Like I have absolutely zero problem. I've been dying to get. Oh, Manuela! Hello, Manuela.
Hi.
Guys, I want to introduce you to Manuela. She is
Hello.
the owner of
Hello.
Isomers Care. Manuela, I'm gonna hook you up with Tina, the aftermath above. She's huge on TikTok.
I'm not
Um,
huge. God.
you are huge. I mean, I follow you. I've been following, I'm stalking you for years. She's huge on TikTok. So maybe I'll hook you up with her because you guys have to try her stuff. I am absolutely obsessed. I mean, I love it. I love it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start. I should have done that. I should, but I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna start taking pictures. Like the only makeup I'm wearing is lipstick. Many of you have asked me. I found this lipstick since I'm no longer a wealthy lady for a while. At least not now yet. I don't wear Chanel or Yves did you guys know that Yves Saint Laurent used to have makeup and they quit doing it, and it was a travesty for me because their makeup was beautiful. But
Oh,
it's this brand because many of you have asked me. It's called where are my glasses? Milani. It's Milani. It looks like this, but I
It looks
love it.
like a vibrator, Paula.
I mean, do you buy vibrators this small, Victoria?
Yes, I've got one in the cupboard.
you got a bullet.
I'm sorry about this, Manuela. And but look beautiful. It's very smooth. I don't like matte lipsticks, especially above 35. You should not be wearing matte lipstick because
Very true.
you should be wearing like it's almost like a lip gloss, but it's so beautiful. I love it. I love it.
It's
The
a lovely
color,
colour. It's really nice
I wish
colour.
I could read the color. I think it says 20 Fantasy, but I haven't been able to read the color. I just saw the thing and I bought it because it's so cheap. So and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I am obsessed with Manuela's things, guys. And I'm gonna start taking pictures so I can send them to you, especially around the eye. The Botox thing around the eye, I am absolutely
Okay,
obsessed.
wonderful.
Yes, this liquid Botox because I'm a chicken shit to try like injecting
Oh,
things.
so what is liquid Botox?
Wait, let
Liquid
me get it.
Botox.
Let me get it. Can you explain that, Manuela? Wait, let me
Yeah,
get
so
it.
the liquid Botox. So basically, it is a formula that contains ingredients. The ingredient is there's two ingredients. One is called snake, which is synthetic snake venom. So what they
Oh,
do is they take the paralytic from a snake and they reformulate it or they duplicate it in a laboratory. So you're basically getting that element and they put it onto the skin. The skin has receptors and it absorbs some of it and it kind of knocks out the function of the muscle so that for a short period of time so that it will start recovering and therefore the skin can build up collagen. The other one that's the most popular is called acetylhexapeptide 8, which is in that called argireline amplified. That's the trade name. And basically what it does is it interrupts the communication between the cells, the communication between the muscle, and therefore it won't be as severe of an expression line. And therefore, over time, it usually takes 15 to 30 days, it starts to lessen up the wrinkle without actually having an injection to paralyze the muscle. The studies are also coming back at 5 days where you have 5 days boosted radiance, boosted collagen 1 and 3. More markers on the skin have been uplifted. So this is really positive information because it's non-toxic. It's very good for the skin. It's something that helps build up collagen 1 and 3, which is the kind of collagen you really want after the age of 40 or 35, because that is a younger, more bundled collagen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I have just did I post your? I think I just. Oh no, I'm here. I'm so shit at this thing. I'm posting here, guys. Go and you have to take the test though to
Yeah,
see
there is
what
a
it is.
skin test. Yeah. So you find out kind of what your goals are for your skin, where your skin is at right now, what is the plan that you want to do? Because a lot of times people think that they just want a cream, but like anything else, you need a plan, right? You need a baseline. Where are you? And then you need a plan. So what I am is I'm a formulator. I'm a cosmetic chemist, a formulator, inventor. I'm from Toronto, Canada. And I had really bad skin growing up and autoimmune issues. And so I started creating formulas for myself. And after university, people started noticing the change in my skin and my health, and they wanted me to help them. And that's how Isomers came to be. So we've always been creating science-based skincare. And we've always done it direct from the lab. Yeah.
With your skincare, do you have anything that mirrors retinol?
We do have retinol. We have stabilized retinol.
Okay.
We invented.
Listen, I'm on their website. I'm on their website. Where should I go?
For retinol, you can go to the retiniacin. So we invented a combination of retiniacin, retinol, niacinamide about 15, 17 years ago. And that has now become an industry
Is this
standard.
the one? Is this the one? Niacinamide?
Niacinamide is the B vitamin that we married it with retinol, which is so the product is called retiniacin, and that one combines clinical levels of retinol with clinical levels of niacinamide. And by combining the two, you could get the benefits of retinol without the irritation. So
and niacinamide is good for pores as well and dark spots, isn't it?
Niacinamide is good for spots. Niacinamide is also good for, because of the fact that it regulates sebum production. It helps to regulate sebum. So sebum fills up in your pores, which causes a problem, but also sebum is an excellent food for acne bacteria or bad bacteria. So you really want to make sure you keep your sebum regulated so that you don't overstimulate or overfeed or oversaturate or stimulate bad bacteria. We've got this living layer on our skin called a microbiome. And when you balance your microbiome through pH, and that's really important, the pH of your skin will actually naturally defend itself. And so niacinamide could be very important for people with enlarged pores or oily skin.
Yeah.
I tend to get very technical. If I'm too technical, let me know, because
I love the science behind skincare. I think it's amazing. I use a face theory at the moment, and it's all active ingredients. Do you do things like vitamin C as well? You know, stabilized in different percentages.
Yeah, it's right here. I see it here. It's vitamin
C.
There you go. Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, vitamin C. So vitamin C is probably next to retinol is one of the most studied ingredients. So vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid or ethyl ascorbic acid are the two that you need to look for, because those are the ones that the clinicals are done on, and they have 80% uptake into the skin when formulated properly. So not all vitamin C's are vitamin C. Your skin needs to be able to recognize and use it. When it's married with ferulic, it's actually better because there's more synergies. That means the vitamin C's half-life. You know how vitamin C works, right? So vitamin C is basically an antioxidant. What it does is it continuously sacrifices itself to free radicals, which is oxidative stress. So for example, if you take an apple and you cut it in half and you leave it out, you know it turns brown.
Yeah.
That's the oxygen attacking the apple. Well, that oxygen is also attacking your skin all day long. So vitamin C would protect you from having that change, right? So antioxidants, that's what they do. But once they do that, they kind of go to sleep.
Here are the pictures, guys. See? Let me see this one.
Yeah.
But do I see the picture?
There's glutathione. That's another antioxidant. You know, skin chemistry is fascinating. There's so much we can do at any age, you know, to feed our skin topically. I mean, and it doesn't have to be a lot of product, and it doesn't have to be very confusing. It's just what understanding some of the key things, the basics, and you can do a lot with it.
Would you say that the 3 basics would be retinol, vitamin C, and nice, and I just pronounced it, niacinamide?
Niacinamide.
Yeah,
So basically,
yeah.
they say what you said is exactly. So it's
Yeah.
literally ABC. So vitamin A derivative, which is the retinol, B vitamin derivative, which is your niacinamide, and C, which is your vitamin C. So technically ABC, with those 3, you can do a lot in your skin, up to probably 40, 45. Then when you start to hit menopause or perimenopause, then you start talking about hormonal changes and then volume loss. And that's the time when you need to up those markers. So that's when you start needing growth factors and exosomes and things that are going to like phytoestrogens to help balance the refattening of the skin. But up until that point, you can do a lot with ABC, those 3.
Yeah. Well, I am obsessed because I mean I've been using. I mean this is the one that I'm absolutely. I mean I've only been using it like for 4 days.
Right.
I should have taken the picture when I started. I'm dumb.
Is it
It's
working?
the fast lift
Fast
eye
lift
cream.
eye. Yeah, that works amazing. That's the only thing I use around my eye. I'm in my 60s, and that's all I use around my eye since I think it's 27 years that I've released that formula, and that's all I use around the eye area. I love it because it addresses everything you need, right? It's going to stimulate, it's going to hydrate, it's going to work on the collagen elastin. It's not heavy. It doesn't cause milia, those little bumps. I'm not a big fan of heavy product. There's glutathione, the number 1 antioxidant for your body. Your body makes that. And so when you get older, you need more of it.
Well, for me,
you don't need to spend a lot of money to look good.
No, and no, it's not expensive. And what I love about it is with a little bit, the first time I apply, I put like a bunch, and it's like what I do with it, because I put the whole vial, like the thing, and I was like, shit, that's too much. Well, I put it in my hands anyway. So. But it's just a little bit, it's the way it spreads. It doesn't feel oily. I'm in love. I'm not wearing any foundation or anything, guys.
Wow.
You guys should all try it.
You look incredible.
I think it's great.
You build up your percentage of, so with the retinol, would you build it up? So you start on a smaller percentage, and then build it up higher, because it can really dry out your skin if you don't moisturize, I think.
Yeah. So with retinol, so that's a very interesting, that's an excellent question, because the whole idea with retinoids, okay, so that whole category is people believe they have to go with a very high percentage to get results. And the studies are coming back that that's not actually accurate. What is accurate is consistency more than percentage. So for example, if you start with a very high percentage of retinoids, right? So you do it once a week and then maybe twice a week. And then some people get very enthusiastic and they use it every single day. Then all of a sudden they have breakout, they have dryness, they start to notice their skin is very uncomfortable, and you back off, and then you get off of it altogether, and then you slowly have to get back on. So there's this on and off. There's a lot of inflammation and damage that occurs to the skin while you're doing that. So what they did is they did a couple of studies where people are doing that kind of cycling with their skin. And the other is that they're using a low dose, but they're only using it maybe twice a week. So their skin is very comfortable. And they're using a low dose retinol. And after 6 months, their skin is better off. And after 1 year, that group still has better skin than the people that use the higher dose. So the rule with retinoids is consistency and frequency. So if you do twice a week at a low dose where you're not getting the peeling and irritation, you will have better quality collagen. So that means your collagen actually will be clearer and thicker in 6 to 12 months than the people who are using the high dose and really suffering through the retinol. So this is very good to know.
And this is the thing.
It's a journey, isn't it? Skincare. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Paula.
You said that is a journey. This is what you do before you do anything else. Just don't go crazy by it. You go to this button here called Build My Routine. Be brutally honest. You start the quiz. if you're new to skincare, you just want the essentials to keep it simple. I'm looking to an advanced routine. I'm familiar with, for example, that combination. What do I want? I want to look like I'm 20, but that's not going to happen without the knife. For example, loss of volume. Although I have fat cheeks, so probably I shouldn't say that. But I mean, the loss of volume, would that mean the neck? Because I hate what's happening to my neck. So would that
The
mean the
loss
loss of volume?
Yeah, you will notice in the jawline, you will notice in the neck area. The neck is really particular because it's a muscle too. You've got the muscle of the neck muscle. You want to keep that intact. You don't want it to shred, and you want to keep the skin nice and firm. But you know that the topical Botox, so I've been doing a lot of work now. We did a small study on Cynic and argireline amplified acetyl hexapeptidate on that neck area to keep that muscle together. So there's a lot of benefit for the neck area with the topical Botox and collagen stimulation. So you can start collagen banking anytime. But
And
yeah,
you get 20% off your routine if you subscribe, guys. And with $100, if you buy $100 and more, and you can get like 2 or 3 products, or at least 2 products with $100.
and
It's
free
free
shipping.
shipping worldwide. So go for it. You know,
We're a family run company. We've been around for over 30 years, and we're known around the world for our ethics and our honesty in skincare. And we've released more ingredients probably worldwide by other brands. We do a lot of the preliminary research. We do a lot of where the peptides and the ingredients that people know today probably passed through Darish and I at Isomer's Laboratories before they went into mainstream.
I just want to say something, Lily. All you need is castor oil. For some people, maybe, but that's very generalizing something. When, for example, if I put castor oil in my skin, I will break out, and it
Yeah.
doesn't help because it's oily for me. So it's
quite heavy, isn't it?
for me,
It-
yeah. I mean, so this
Yeah,
is
it's a
why,
heavier oil.
yeah, people ask me about my hair. So I use rice water for my hair, but it might not work for everybody. But I
Right.
use rice water for my hair. I've been using it for a while.
I think it's a
So
combination of things, and it's trying different products out and seeing what works for your skin. Because I've had the vitamin C 20% before, and I just got breakouts all over my face, and it was irritating my skin. So you
Yep.
really just have to go with what works with you. And I think it's kind of it's trial and error, isn't it? Up until you get to that place where you're comfortable with what you're using.
Also,
I just
it's
want to say
being
something
open
to
to.
Lily. Sorry, Manuela. Let me just say something to Lily. You
Yeah.
don't break out, and that's not true. You use it every day. Again, Lily, that may be you, but that's not me. That's not Tina. That's not. If all of our skins were made the same, then we wouldn't need different products. You wouldn't have dry skin, you wouldn't have oily skin, you wouldn't have combination skin. Some people are born blessed that they're 80 and they have never used anything, and then they look like they're 30. So you can't generalize it. So that's what I'm saying. Manuela, what are your thoughts on Vaseline?
I love Vaseline. Vaseline is actually very good. Vaseline is something that we use therapeutically all the time to build your skin barrier. So you don't use a lot of Vaseline, and it has to be non-perfumed, okay? But it has its place. So if you've been on retinoids, for example, and you've burnt your skin, or you've caused trauma to your skin, you cleanse your skin very neutrally. You don't put any skincare on, and you put a little light layer of Vaseline and go to bed. Like, you really let that Vaseline, it creates a bit of an occlusive barrier. What that's going to do, that's going to help support the healing process. It's not something you're going to use as your skincare moisturizer every day. It's something that's going to jump in and help you when your skin is distressed. There's 2 you can use. One is Vaseline. The other is diaper rash cream. I use the Peanut-in one, the German one. That one also has medicated zinc oxide. You could do the same kind of thing. So those things are good, especially now, like Toronto, we have like minus 17 Celsius, very cold outside. So if people were to get windburn, you just put a little bit of Vaseline, that's going to help you. But you don't use it like you would use a cream. You're going to use it as a bit of a protective occlusive barrier to help your barrier function, reducing all of that distress. And with the vitamin C comment, vitamin C 20%, again, there 20% is a very high concentration. Studies show that 20% is too much for most people. You should be at about a 15%. 10 is not enough, 20 is too much. And if you are acne prone, you shouldn't use vitamin C at all. And these are bits of information that people don't share because they just say, buy my product or get my product, or this is, this celebrity is using this, and everybody goes, oh, it must be good. But everybody, I think it would be really great if there was a place where people would just be able to get the information honestly about the science and what's suitable. So with vitamin C, you need 15%. Vitamin C is very good in the morning. It's excellent under your sunscreen because it's going to help your sunscreen. But if you're acne prone, you can't use it. And then the form of vitamin C should be ethyl ascorbic acid or L-ascorbic acid. And then you have to be careful of the pH. And if it's brown, don't use it because it'll make your skin brown. So these are things to know about vitamin C.
Wow.
Yeah, and the prices, some people are saying that the prices are a lot. I can tell you guys that these are like $26, $40, $31. There's one that this one is more expensive, $244. But I mean, I know that because I used to use a lot of expensive stuff. I couldn't afford it. And the thing is, for example, from this little one, the one that I use one drop for my eye.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I can't believe like this, it lasts so long. So you're telling me that $26 for salicylic acid, acelaic acid, and niacinamide, which is amazing. I don't think so. I don't think it's that expensive, and it lasts you, at least from what I saw right now, it's going to last me at least a couple of months, at least.
Easily.
Quality.
Our products are not diluted. So you're supposed to use only 1 or 2 drops of any of the products. And if you're looking at the Exosome, that's $200. Exosome are $1,600 in the marketplace. The fact that we actually have ethical exosomes, which are vesicles that reprogram your skin, they're used in regenerative medicine. So this is a very high end, this is a very specific repair regeneration molecule that we are only one of maybe a handful of people worldwide who even have access to this technology. So the fact that that price point is incredibly nothing compared to what they are in the industry.
Well, for example, we had Janet Robertas who said some dry skin all over from chemo. I mean, do you have any products that, because with chemo or radiation, your skin, at least for me, my experience was that it felt very sensitive, even more so that I have lupus.
Yeah. The best one I have found is an ingredient. We have it, but the what you should look for is an ingredient called ectoin. Ectoin is an extremophile. So it's basically a microorganism that lives in the desert. Like it thrives and survives in impossible condition. This molecule sustains and retains and accumulates moisture. So what that means is it's able to control the moisture in its cells, and radiation cannot destroy it. So it's been used for cancer with treatments, for cancer treatments, for skin abrasions, for skin irritation, and for skin repair. It kind of mops up the residual damage on the skin as well. So ectoin is a very unique molecule that you can use in your moisturizer to help the skin. We have ectoin, but I think you can get, it comes from Merck, Darmstadt in Germany. So that's the pharmaceutical company that harvests the ectoin. But that's very, very good for people who've been through any kind of chemo or treatment.
That's great. Carrie McAllister, is the postage expensive to the UK? If you buy over $100, it's free, right? Free shipping?
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world. So that's pretty cool.
And you always get 20% off. I mean, you can use the discount coupon. You'll get 20% off. And I think you have a discount coupon. You can use a discount coupon as well on it. I think it's Paula 20, right? That you can get the 20% off.
I don't know. Did I get the link? But you also can get a 20% here. I'll put the link later when we're doing that, So
yeah. So that's really good. I mean, I like to promote the information so people have the information to make, because I don't know where anybody is in the world, right? So it's really good that if you have the information, you can go to your local chemist or down the street and be able to pick out the right stuff for you. Otherwise, it's just a wall of product, and people really don't know what to pick or what they're looking for, you know? And a lot of times we're stimulated by what the packaging looks like or what the price point is or what your girlfriend tells you. But that's really may not be the best for you.
You know, like you can buy it online. She doesn't have a store. She makes the products in Toronto, but she ships them. And you start by building your routine, you know, like that's how you do it. You just don't go buying willy-nilly. Like take a test and do it, you know, and they'll ship it to you. So you don't have to even do that. You know, good morning, Teresa. Hello, everybody. So yeah, I mean, isomers, this is just something that I like. I'm not being paid to say anything
No.
about this. I just want to stress this out. I just love these products. A lot of people are asking me what I'm using for my face. Like, for example, they were asking me about the lipstick. So I tell you the lipstick I like. A lot of you ask me which sunscreen I use, and this is the one that I use. I'm not being paid by Eucerin or anybody, but you've asked me which one I use. I love this because this is gel based. It's not oily, and it doesn't leave aftertaste in my mouth. Okay. I wish, you know, like, so I love these products, and you're asking me what I love and where you can buy it. And this is it. You can buy it or you cannot buy it. It's up to you. You can continue using your castor oil, Lily. You can continue using your Vaseline, whatever. This is just a suggestion, not a mandate. Okay. So that's
Can I
just a
ask you, Manuela, what's your take on salmon sperm facials?
Oh, well, I think that those are really starting to get popular. They're using, well, they basically want to put a protein on. So I mean, I think that they're overhyped, and I think that they're
Okay.
very interesting. But I mean, you could do the research is really not there.
So I won't turn into a fish if I have a salmon sperm facial.
Sorry?
I won't turn into a fish.
No,
I
you're not
won't
going to turn into a
gain
fish.
DNA
You're not
from a
gonna-
fish.
No, you're not going to turn into a fish. But I mean, a lot of times, what they're trying to do is they're trying to isolate probably an exosome or a
Yeah.
mesenchymal cell from it. And that doesn't mean that it translates to anything into your skin. If
Yeah.
it is not skin identical or bioavailable, it's still a topical. And a lot of times when you are using a natural, like something, let's say it's naturally derived, like salmon sperm, it is not programmed in a way that your skin can register anything. So if it's lab created, at least it's chelated in a way that it will interact with your skin and create some sort of messenger. So it's probably going to be a nice facial treatment, and it's probably going to be very refattening for that moment or day. So you'll probably feel really great for a day or two with the massage.
Up. Yeah.
But there won't be anything inside. And also, when you think about it too, a one-time treatment, like even microneedling, that's very intrusive, is very good for your skin. But if you only do it once, it's like walking your dog once a year. It's really not a routine.
Yeah.
It's really not going to build on the experience. So those kind of things always need repetition because they're not systemic. But a lot of people like those kind of things because they think that that's the next answer. The only real next answer is an exosome like that in technology or in human anatomy, that you can actually take a cell and it could be programmed to run a diagnostic and to fix things that need to be fixed. That's really, truly the only answer is to have, and then because an exosome is even a stem cell, right?
That's a stem cell. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is the new stage in skincare. It's stem cell research, and I think the celebrities are shying away from the Botox and fillers and using, you know, more of a scientific approach.
Is this the product
because the science
for the
works?
sagging skin? Is this the one for the sagging skin? Because that's the one that I'm using at night.
The Matrixyl 4. The Matrixyl 4 is amazing because the Matrixyl has 4 forms of micronized collagen. So it's going to be able to address your connective tissue very, very well, keep your skin nice and thick. And that's what you want. You want nice collagen 1 and 3. There's many forms of collagen. And as we age, our collagen changes, right? It starts to, you know, the sad thing is you're your own donor. So when you're 40, you create 40-year-old collagen. When you're 60, you create 60-year-old collagen. When you're 30, you create 30-year-old collagen. So what Matrixyl does is it creates age 0 collagen. So collagen 1 that baby has. So it stimulates that marker And that's going to help with firming, because the younger the collagen, the firmer the skin. And then it has a growth factor in there, and a growth factor is communication between cells. So it basically is able to create a nice relationship between the cells to get rid of zombie cells, which are cells that don't function properly and have bad energy. Those have to be expelled out. And then it also tells the cells how to behave. And in this, the message here is straighten out your cell and stay firm. So this is how, I mean, science has taken over skincare, right? Like, we're basically engineers. We're engineering. Our formulas are all about these peptides and molecules that communicate and deliver this regulatory element to your skin. So it's much more data than romance now when you're creating skincare.
And what is this the question? I don't understand half of the question. What does the skin doctor think of polynucleotides or profilo or radio frequency?
Profilio, yeah. That's an injection where is it hydrochloric acid put into the face? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of things that people are doing into your skin. I'm not a big fan of, we know that, for example, a lot of the reconstructive things don't, in the long run, don't work. Now we've gone about 25 years of having a lot of the things being stuck into people's skin, and or treatments done like the Altheras and a lot of the radio frequencies. And they've learned that a lot of the fillers fall and stay in there and create scar tissue. So it's changing the people's profiles and shape. Like, a lot of women look more horsey looking now because of all of this filler that's fallen, or they're very pillowy and fluffy. And so it doesn't really go away or sit where they thought it would. The other thing is that they've found that a lot of these injections that they're putting into the skin that are remodeling the skin destroy the fat, and then the skin over time collapses. So you got to be very careful with what you're picking and why.
We're gonna
Paula?
we're gonna end this section of isomers with what somebody's asking. What are your credentials in the science of skincare?
My at University of Toronto, I'm a chemist, biochemist. I studied at University of Toronto.
Wow.
I've been formulating for 35 years. So those are my credentials. I've had
Well,
a laboratory since 1988 in Toronto, and we manufacture worldwide.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's incredible. Well, I've been very quiet because I've just been taking it all in, because it's like a different language to me, because I'm just like the typical, I've never had a skincare routine. I just like, so I'm 42 this year, so I know and I'm aware that this is, I've got to start, doing something.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get into the Meghan topic. I don't know if you want to stick around for that, Manuela, or, because I don't know how comfortable you feel talking about Meghan Markle and making fun a little bit of things. So, yeah. So
no,
thank
you
you for
go ahead. I have a lot to say, but
Yeah.
You better not. Yeah, you better not. Well, thank you, Manuela.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's really, really interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I have a little, one thing you should know about Manuela. She used to live across from Sarah Rafferty, the one in Suits.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of things. So Meghan Markle lived on Yarmouth. So I was on Clinton. So she was just a couple of streets up from me. I know her best friend. If you guys want to ever get into that, if you want to ever get into that conversation. And I know a lot of people.
Do you know Jessica Mulrooney?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Yeah. Do you know her, or do you know of her?
No, I know her.
Oh, you do?
Oh, this sounds a bit saucy.
Okay, wait a minute.
Well, no, what is it? Yeah. We can talk on another day. We'll talk, and then maybe we'll talk.
Oh my goodness! God, how are you friendly with her? Or?
Yes.
She's the yes so implied that she is. The yes
do you think
implied.
she'd ever come here?
Sorry.
Do you think you should really butter her up and tell her to come here one day to answer? We will go easy on her. We will ask.
She actually is a sweetie. She's a sweetheart. She really is.
I'm sure she must feel shocked how Meghan Markle dropped her ass like that. Because imagine
there's no. I think people, they just, especially in Toronto. I don't know if you're Canadians. We very much tiptoe around things when we know what other people know, right? So we just don't really get into those conversations. But yeah, there could be things there.
You guys are the
We'll just talk
friendliest
about it.
nation in the world, apparently. You guys are really friendly, and you're offering citizenship. So I might just come to Canada. I don't want to
Do
be
you know
in the
what?
UK
I might
anymore.
go to Canada. Canada sounding like a really good option for me. My brother's
It
over
is.
there anyway, so I'm like,
Canada's beautiful. Canada's beautiful.
Tina, should we sell up
Canada's
and
very
go?
beautiful.
yeah.
I have a lot of family. My husband's Iranian, and a lot of his family lives in London. So we go back and forth a lot to the UK. And what's interesting is they're always amazed that we walk around at nighttime and everything is so like it's so close, and we don't even have to lock up. Like it's very safe and very friendly in so many ways. Yeah. So
And you've
it's
got
great
such
here.
beautiful scenery there as well.
But it's very
Manuela,
cool.
Manuela, wait, we have to. I gotta ask you because I'm curious. I mean, without betraying any confidence or anything like that, has there? What are there things in the circle, or has she ever made a comment about being sad or anything like that, or people know in Toronto that she dropped her and nobody's also. Mm?
No, I think more it's they just say it's too bad. I think that's just the thing. It's just saying people show their colors.
Bad?
Yeah, people show their colors. That's enough.
People
I
show
think
their
that's
colors.
yeah.
No, it's not enough. Tina, be quiet.
And I think it's also not only
That's enough.
it's
I'm trying
almost
to
like
help you, Manuela.
sorry?
I said I'm trying to help you here.
She's
Paula's
trying to be
like,
very
"Stop the
tactile,
phone now."
Paula, and she's being very
well,
politically correct right now. And you're trying...
No, people that, and I know, and then the other part is that another part that the comments have been because maybe I shouldn't tell you guys this, but
No, go for it. Go for it. It's gonna stay between us.
I used to also belong to Soho House, so I know.
Oh
I
my
used to be a
God! And you
member.
never run into Meghan?
No, not when I was there. No.
Did you go to the
Not in
launch in
Toronto.
2012 of Soho
Pardon?
House because she was there? Did you go to the launch of Soho House in 2012 because she was there?
No, I wasn't. I was invited, but I didn't go. I didn't go to that one. I didn't, and the Toronto one is really can I say shithole? It's really bad.
Yeah,
The
you
one
can
in
say
Toronto.
Really?
It's just, yeah, it's really bad. It's very small. It's near the Shangri-La Hotel. It's just like a little tiny house. It really has no amenities or services. People just hang out there that they just want to connect with each other kind of thing. It's really that kind of place. And it's right next to the Shangri-La.
Oh,
It's not like the
Really?
Miami one. It's not like the one in other parts of the world.
are you part of the? You have membership?
No, I stopped my membership but just around COVID. Yeah, because
Oh,
it
you
was
stopped?
useless. I did stop it. It's I stopped because yeah, I just had no use for it because you can also travel. They have hotels and you could be around the world. You can go to the club, right? So this way you have a place or kind of an office situation. I never found it useful.
Well,
So,
Meghan did. That's where she took Harry.
yeah, I know.
Mm.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, but that's a different circle.
Oh, we need to have the tea extra and get ask Jessica if she probably think of coming over just to say hi. She doesn't. We won't ask her any questions. Just to come and say hi and give us fashion tips. For people over 50 or over 45.
Fashion tips,
because-
I'm sure, maybe we can convince her to do that. The
yeah, fashion
part-
tips like for clothing and stuff like that. If she could do that,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people that like, for example, I have one of my friends, and like I said, somebody said on the line here on the live that they're blessed with genetics. My girlfriend, I mean, she's like 53. She looks like she's 30. I hate her. And she's a ballerina. She's been a ballerina all her life, so she has that body. The only good thing I have is that she has a flat ass, and I have a butt. That's my advantage over her. But if, for example, certain types of body, how to dress them,
Yeah.
you know, it may be something that's within budget. It doesn't have to be Dior or anything like that. Exercises, because I know that she does a lot of exercises, but of
Yep.
course she's much younger, right? So
She's
exercises.
younger and she's younger. She's very fit. She's very solid. She's very aware of what she eats and drinks. You know what I mean? Like in the sense of she really tries to manage that and tries to maximize her fitness and her looks, which, you know, you have that energy. She has
Yeah, but
that
for
energy
example,
to do that.
she could give tips for like how to dress over 40, you know, certain exercise that are easy to do, certain tips about food, you know, so that would be good to have, you know. So that we would do. I would do that, you know, like we wouldn't be. I promise we wouldn't talk about Meghan Markle or anything like that. You know, it'd be about her
Sure to be
and
inundated. I'm
I
sure she
know.
would be inundated. Yeah.
But I won't bait. I won't ask the bait. I promise I would never ask her anything about Meghan
It's,
Markle, that
you know what it's
relationship.
what I find
Not
funny.
into it.
What I find interesting is that a lot of people that I know in Toronto know of or worked with on the set of Suits or whatever, or were in the industry in the city. Because the city, I mean, once you're in certain circles, you kind of know everybody. Like everybody talks
Yeah,
to
I know.
everybody.
Toronto's very small. Yeah.
And it's funny how it's almost like nobody wants to talk about it. It's almost like, you know, that person that people are like, it's because no one's going to say anything positive, so it's almost like you don't want to say anything at all, and people tiptoe over it. There are very few people who come down and say anything because I don't think they want to have that kind of, they don't want to have that kind of negativity in their conversations. It's
Yeah,
just,
but
I
it's so
find it very
public.
interesting.
The thing is that it was so public, you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
That's the problem, you know.
You know what I
Uh,
used to find really interesting is that when they were dating, we could see it in the city where the cars were, where the security was, where they would, you know, when they were over, you know, they were staying at her house overnight and things like that on the street. It was blocked off. I mean,
when
everybody
you
knew
mean
what was
Harry and
going on.
Meghan?
Yeah.
So the police. Wait a minute, this is new. So people knew in Toronto that Meghan was dating Harry before it
Yeah.
was announced.
No, I think it was kind of known at the time. It was, I don't know if it was announced, but it was kind of known.
Yeah, because I
And
know she was going around telling people she was dating Harry. She wanted it to be known. So
yeah,
there
it was
was.
in the street, like on Forest Hill Road in Forest Hill, like in that area of Toronto, that is where the houses, like where they would visit, like she would go visit her friends and stuff. You could I would sit on my girlfriend's veranda porch and we would see the, you know, the limos and the cars and the men outside. We knew who was inside, you know.
Are you kidding?
So
Oh my goodness, you never mentioned this to me, Manuela. So already the
we're talking
RCMP
about
or
skincare.
already the police, Canadian police, was paying for Harry to visit his girlfriend
I don't know if they were
because
paying for it. I don't know what the
well,
city,
if
but
there were
it was very
there were
well.
Canadian
But you have to
police
remember,
It might have been Harry's security, like royal family.
it was
security.
probably his. Well, definitely it was around him. Like he was
Yeah.
when he was in town. You knew he was in town because
Well,
I mean there would be cars and people and men in blue suits and stuff like that, or you know,
Well,
dark
how come
suits.
it never got leaked? How come it never got leaked on the press when he was with her? Because the one that broke the story was Camilla Tominey. That's because Meghan Markle sent her the pictures.
because
Yeah,
I
I
suppose at that time there was no need to leak it, was there? That none of this had happened. So
I
Well, no,
also
and
think that
the palace told her to shut up because they, you know, about it and not keep talking about it, but she couldn't wait to tell people.
well, I think the this my own. I don't know. This is just my theory, but it's and being a mom too. I think the palace probably didn't want them to talk about it because maybe they didn't think this was going to be a forever girlfriend. You know what I mean? So they
Yeah,
were
I
just
barely knew her past. So is it
let this
true
one
since you live
go.
close? Since you live close, is it true? Because if she claimed that she was chased by paparazzis, I know that street where she lived in, and there are CCTV cameras everywhere. And because then if there were paparazzi chasing her like Princess Catherine or Princess Diana, you would know, like because you would see because
I would know.
they
My
were
mother would know. The kids' school would know. Everybody would know. This is Jordan Peterson would know. He lives down the street too. You think people aren't going to go talk to him before they talk to
Oh
her?
yeah, I forgot that you
Yes.
live in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, well, no, I live in a neighborhood called Seaton. It's not a nice. It just happened to be a fortunate neighborhood because like the posh parts were kind of taken up, and so these are like just off the posh parts. It's just like the couple of streets after, but Toronto is very well serviced with a subway and the university or whatnot. So I think for even Jordan, he picked where he picked because it's so close to U of T, right? And
Do
that's
you
where
know
we were.
Jordan Peterson?
Pardon?
Do you know Jordan Peterson?
I've had dinner with him. I've met him quite a few times. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
Do you think
Jordan
he could come?
Peterson.
Do you
I
think he'd
love him
come to
too.
your channel and talk about narcissism and stuff like that? I would love him because talk about narcissism and
The girl who did his documentary on Jordan Peterson, her husband was my employee. So Mazzy used to work for me. So when she was first starting to interview him and start doing the documentary, there's a couple of times we went to, there's a little area called Kensington Market in Toronto.
I know
We'd go,
Kensington.
yeah, we'd go for walks there and we'd have dinner with Jordan. We would chit chat about what was happening at the university and stuff. It was just all very informal. I mean, we're going back, 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, the neighborhood, and yeah.
Ask
So
Jessica.
my point is, I
please.
guess he would know, and he's much more
Closer there.
No, I just think also in Toronto, we don't really get starstruck. We Canadians don't really.
No, but you would know if somebody's being chased by 30 or 40 paps. That would be seen.
Oh, you would know, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we have, when Drake comes by, or, there's up the street 2 years ago, Adam Sandler was staying in Toronto because he stayed for the summer. He was doing some filming. So he was not too far from Yorkville. He was staying at a house on Hazelton Lanes, right? Everybody knew where he was. Everybody left him. You never saw anybody circling around or bothering him. And he would show up at the schoolyard at Jesse Ketchum or Ramsden Park and play basketball with the kids or with his little dog.
No. I know that, but Meghan Markle's narrative has always been, because she even called the police in Toronto because there were hordes of paps chasing her at the time. You guys remember that she said that they wouldn't even let her walk out the street because she was surrounded, and that the neighbors were interrupted by all the pap action and stuff like that around her house.
Well, the whole narrative of being the second coming of Diana, isn't it? That she couldn't go anywhere, she couldn't do anything. And actually to find out that, she was dating Harry, or security outside the house, but no actual people in Canada actually caring, because this is their normal, with Adam Sandler just popping in Jordan Peterson down the road, So, I don't know.
Do you think there's kind of a less of a frenzy over celebrities and people of high status in Canada? Because I know in Japan they're quite respectful, that they don't approach celebrities. They actually leave people alone. So I'm wondering if Canada's kind of got less of a sort of a vibe when it comes to celebrities and putting them on a higher pedestal.
I mean, in Canada, I think, I know in Toronto, they used to do a lot of filming here. They still do a lot of filming here. Yeah. And, they call it Hollywood North. And I think they do it because they get tax incentives or whatnot. So we see a lot of celebrities, right, walking around. I remember a time too that Madonna was here, Lady Gaga was here, whatever. But when Madonna was here and her children were young, she would literally let her children run around the city or in the neighborhoods and play. She would just put makeup on their faces, like cats and the panda bears and stuff like this, so that people wouldn't take photographs of them like that. And I didn't, but they were just playing, they were just hanging around. I mean, I think that it's, I think we're more respectful. Also, it's just, but for sure you wouldn't have, I think she was more of a legend in her own mind. So she's creating this narrative.
No, but I'm just going by what she said, and also Harry that said that the press was harassing his girlfriend, and he didn't want to see the history repeated with his mom or Catherine, Yeah. So please
say whatever she wants
Jessica Mulrooney into coming. I promise you, and I give you my word, that the M word will not be brought up. It'll be all about her, and I will warn every single person on the chat not to ask about Meghan, because I think the best thing to do would be to showcase Jessica, and her tips and stuff like that, because she's very fit. She's very fit. She
very beautiful, very fit.
Looks very stylish. She looks very stylish.
The hard worker. She's actually very hardworking. She's got a very good heart. She's hardworking, comes from a very hardworking family. So there's a lot of, normal things there. And
I know that she got a lot of backlash with that race thing.
But everybody makes a mistake. We all pick a bad friend once in a while.
I get that. I get that. But sometimes, especially during that BLM thing, that I just think that was taking out of proportion. You know what I mean? So
I think
I
that time was two wrongs. I think both were wrong. I think in that time I do think she took a step wrong. I think they both did. Both in
Yeah,
that
I think they were baiting each other. I think
Yeah.
that, that was not a good. And, when people loses their temper, it's, this is why words, you are the owner of your words. No, you're the owner of your silence and slave to your words, so
I
that's
like that.
something that I learned. But please, we'll talk later about
I'm going
Jessica.
to
But
stay silent then. Have a
yes,
nice
yes. Bye,
Very
guys.
nice
I'm really
meeting you
going to
all.
go make
Bye.
now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ladies. Bye-bye. Bye.
Uh, Cy-
So
Cyn-
we're
Cyn-
gonna enjoy. We're
Paula,
gonna what?
can you see Cynthia?
Where is Cynthia?
She said she's on.
Where?
I don't know. She's been messaging me.
Cynthia, let me see. No, I don't see her.
It says she's backstage.
Oh
If
yeah,
I send-
I see you. I see you, Cynthia. Sorry.
There we are.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, let's dish shit now. We have Canucks here with British.
I'm like,
What's that, Cynthia?
the time to
How are you, sweetie?
Morning, lady.
Let's get our popcorn out
I'm
because
good.
it's been a while. We're gonna go through the comment section of Netflix. This is brutal, guys.
Story today. Did
What? Where are you? Your
you see
your
the new
internet
people?
shitty.
Oh, yeah,
Hello.
yeah, there's a new
Oh no, their signal's
people
bad.
story. No.
There's a new people story.
Offer.
No, I don't know about the new people story, but now did you know that they pay for a what you might call it billboard in New York, in the New York Square?
Oh
It's
God.
expensive.
I just feel like we're watching the biggest disaster car crash. It's going to fail. It's going to fail. And we're all just like watching, being like, no, stop doing this. Stop. Yeah.
I mean,
Slow motion as well. Day by day. It's just like, oh my God.
but she had did you see the latest thing she put that Serena posted? That looked like it was like a hostage.
Yes.
That kid wasn't interacting with the game. Meghan on top of her, Serena there, and the kid,
Yeah.
you can see that the kid is clearly uncomfortable. You know what? I'm going to post that. I'm going to show you guys
They're
that.
playing
Because,
Candyland.
I'm playing the Candyland.
Yeah,
yeah.
came to
Oh.
Cynthia, you're breaking up.
the house
Hello?
to play games.
Cynthia's breaking
signal's
up.
May have
quite
to
bad,
Here, this
isn't
is the thing. This is the thing. Look, guys. Look, Serena there, and look how the kid is awkwardly there. She's not interacting. She's just standing there. Look how the kid is there. She's not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Meghan hovering over her like a ghoul. And
Do you
an
know what?
airplane's gonna land in that forehead pretty soon.
For me, it's just we've heard for months now Harry and Meghan speaking and telling parents to be aware about the dangers of internet, the dangers of social media, telling us about how they feel at threat. Now, all of a sudden, it feels like they've been leaving the kids at home, like building up interest, ready for this moment, when all of a sudden the internet's no longer unsafe, they're no longer at threat, and they can place their children out there in order for their own gain. That's just my opinion and how I see it. Just, again, it's hypocrisy, it's conflicting on everything they've been saying to us, and now their actions just go against it.
Yeah, look how Meghan is hovering.
Yeah.
And she puts her hair,
Yeah.
the weaves here. But look, you know, when you give a kid a gift, they're excited. They want to go and touch it and everything. But look at the body language of this poor child. She's not even looking at Serena. I'd be scared too. And then Meghan either. And then, she's like, no interaction.
I just find it so interesting. We all called it. We knew the merch of the kids was going to happen, and she's merching them. Like, look at, like, we knew it was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, she's
It is.
engaged.
She
She's
does look
not-
nervous, doesn't she? She does
She
look
looks so
nervous.
this is so uncomfortable to watch that kid because you can see that she's being put out there to perform and she's not performing. I wonder if Meghan Markle got angry.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is the thing, you know, your kids, I'm on social media and I could easily place my kids all over social media to go for the cuteness factor. But I won't. In my 12-year-old, if ever I've done a video before, he'd be like, I don't want to be on there, Mom.
Yeah, my kids hate it.
Yeah.
My kids will not.
No, but this girl is supposed to be 3 years old. She looks much older than that because have you seen Charlotte when she was 3 years old? You know, they have that body
Well, they're not self-aware at that point, you know, they're not self-conscious. So they're at 3, they're running around without their trousers on, their nappy on their, you know, or something on their heads, and they're really confident and they just say what they're thinking. She looks like she's, you know, evolved a lot. She's an older child almost, who's very aware of her surroundings, and she shouldn't be really.
And
Not
yeah,
at that
because
age.
it should be grabbing, reaching for the thing. You know how kids are when you give them a toy, it's
Yeah.
like they grab and playing with
Yeah.
it rather than standing there awkwardly.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's her kid because I don't think Harry would want to have her kid whatchamacallit feature because he said he's protecting his children. So I don't believe that's the kid, to tell you the truth.
Well, the
It's
hair
just an
color
odd-
keeps changing, doesn't it? As well, I'm confused as to what color hair this kid has got. It looks quite light. Doesn't look like it's got a red tint to it. I don't know if you see differently.
Well, and the hair is straight. Harry said that she had hair, Meghan's hair. We know that Meghan had a fro growing
But
up.
she could straighten it though. I know parents who straighten their
Oh,
kids'
would
hair.
you do that to a child? Why would you do that
Oh.
to a 3-year-old?
Oh, I know parents that do. Oh yeah.
To be honest with you, let's be honest with you, Meghan has done everything to avoid looking like the girl she was born to be. So I can imagine it would be her worst nightmare to have a daughter with that thick
But you
hair.
look at Serena's hair. Like, look at Serena's hair. You can see Serena straightened her hair.
Yeah.
And Serena has very curly hair. And
But no,
Serena
but she didn't do it to her daughter. She didn't do it to her daughter.
I believe it. I believe it. Why? Paula, there's parents. Look at the internet parents. Their kids are caked in makeup, and you clearly have you ever been around dance and cheer parents? Oh my God.
Yeah.
The dance and cheerleading parents? Oh, that's a whole.
And I think we've established by now that most parents wouldn't just leave their kids to go and fly to Jamaica to watch the movies. It just seems like a wasted event. I don't, you know, questioning like these kids, they've been kept away from everything. They've been kept away from the king's coronation. They've been kept away from exposure. Then all of a sudden, Mommy's got a camera and recording it. Maybe they're acutely aware that they're on camera and they've not exactly been living.
She's being urged to look a certain way or do a certain thing. And you can see that the kid doesn't want to do it. But this is a kid who would be around 6 years of age, not a 3-year-old. Because a 3-year-old is like old. We've seen little Charlotte throw tantrums, you know, like a regular 3-year-old. And she doesn't have the body of a 3-year-old. You know, like we've seen that, you know. This kid is being coerced. Look at her. Her body language is horrible. And Meghan Hover. I mean, what do you guys think of that?
She's turning 4.
Yeah, but even for 4, I'm sorry, even for 4 years, that's too big. I mean, because you still have a lot of collagen, your little hands are still pudgy, you know. That looks like a 6-year-old kid.
I have a bonus kiddo that's turning 3 here. And the difference though is that she's so much more engaged than this. Like she's so much more lit up.
Yeah.
Like at 3 that they're lit up and engaged. She's just standing there looking completely uninterested and Serena's trying, but she's just like,
But doesn't she refer to Serena as Auntie Serena? Well, it doesn't feel like there's much of a connection there between Serena and her. In fact, she's almost shy. So they're really strangers, aren't they? I don't think that they know each other that well.
No.
And is this friendship really more for show than anything else? Because my friends know my kids very well.
Yeah.
But this doesn't feel like they interact very often.
It doesn't look like Auntie. It doesn't look like Auntie Serena comes around to the house a lot to play a game. You
No,
know,
she doesn't.
that's what I'm seeing. Like this girl, all of a sudden, she don't even look like the little girl's played that game before, Lily, and she just looks a bit confused and lost. And this is a weird dynamic going on. There's a camera, it's being filmed. You've got Serena there, and I just think that the little girl's acutely aware that this is different to what she's used to doing. And why is it different? Because Mum's collecting content for her show.
And
And
not
this
only
is
that,
this is new to the kids.
but also, Tina, it looks like, okay, I just want to show you this is quickly. This is 2009. This is my son.
Ah.
2009, Henrik
Oh.
would have been, he was born 2008 years of age. Almost, he would have been turning 8. He's 7 here. But just listen to him, because you know kids how they are. They blur things out, right? Especially at 3, 4 years old. Look at him.
Okay. Hello, and I made chocolate yesterday, and it was like so good. I could smell the chocolate from like 10 miles away, and it was so nice because I learned that there was a cocoa bell, that the working temperature was 30 degrees, that it had to be shakes so no air bubbles were there, because if the air bubbles are there, that then
Where are the
then
best
they'll get
cocoa beans in
cold.
the world?
They are in Central America.
In Nicaragua?
Yeah, that includes the whole line.
Okay. I just wanted
The
to-
sass. I love it.
Yeah, I told you yesterday.
Okay, but
It's
te la
so
voy a
nice.
dar.
Like you,
Play
Paula.
with me yesterday.
Okay.
How dare
And
you?
You didn't give me any.
Oh
of
yeah,
the
I mean,
chocolate.
and I'm going to show you another one,
Yes,
because
I
I just,
did.
the
I
reason
gave the
I'm
whole
trying to show you
family.
this, guys, is because I want you to see how kids are, because I think this is, I think it's good.
Abuela, ¿qué
She's trying
estás
to speak
haciendo
Spanish.
ahí?
Decirle que vas a llegar en diciembre.
Yo voy a llegar en diciembre.
Yo voy.
Mamá.
Okay, sorry. Okay, it's your message. Okay.
Get told off.
Y yo estoy jugando con mi DS.
Enseñale tu DS. Ajá. Es el verde. Ella también estaba jugando con su Super Mario. You
He's
know she took
upset.
your game, huh?
She did?
Yeah. By mistake, though. She'll have it over there when you get to Nicaragua. Besides, you have 25 games and you have Super Mario there.
Yeah, but that's the one I'm winning in.
You already won it.
You know, that's how children speak, you know, and this is a private message to my mom. You know, this is this is in 2009. I mean, and Henrik is 7, and you can still see the hands, you know, and that kid standing there, it looks like she's around that age.
She doesn't look old to me. She doesn't look like, she looks like a little girl. The thing is that she's not engaged with Serena. If this is Auntie Serena who comes by the house all the time, she's not a little girl that seems to be happy that her auntie is there. I mean, granted, we're only seeing a 30-second clip, but like, she doesn't look overly engaged. She doesn't look interested in the game. It just is very posed. That was where I was at. Like, here we are, let the merging begin. It's a very posed, fake situation of, okay, Auntie's here, stand here, game. And did you see there's one picture on the People magazine article where she's make sure that she's got the Candyland game box propped up perfectly so you can see it in the picture as she's over top her kit. It's a posed picture. It's beautifully photoshopped. It's the merching of the kids has begun.
I can't wait. Someone said in the comments, apparently there's rumors going around that Serena is interested in Candyland the game. So that would actually make sense that it would be a double PR exercise. But my question is when the camera stopped rolling, did they carry on playing that game with Lily?
Right.
Or was they just back in the kitchen and left Lily to just look at her? You know, and that's what you sort of take from it. This is not even like the hug with Serena at the end of this post. Okay, so it's a hug. Why is someone taking a picture of that hug?
Right? And then putting it in black and white, and then putting it into black and white so it's artsy fartsy looking, and then attaching it to the People article. Like, why do you do that?
It's a moment. It's a moment. It's PR, and we can see straight through it. And if anything, I did a post today. Like, all Meghan does when she hugs people like this is she literally highlights the fact that, where's the hug for your dad, Meghan? You can hug people and embrace people. Like, we see you hugging everyone apart from the people you should be hugging before it's too late, Meghan. So she literally highlights her own failures by doing this, and like doing the nice and the kind and the loving, and no, because we've seen everything that you are, and it's not that.
No.
I'm going to show you something. Okay, Henrik. Okay, you can tell a child's been around certain people because you can see how comfortable he is reacting towards it, right? I just want to, I'm sorry, because I can only compare it to my child, and I know you can't compare children or anything, but this is, we're talking about interaction when a child has been around somebody, right? Like, especially Auntie Serena, especially if you want to portray or create a relationship that it's not there, right? So this is us in Spain when Spain won the football championship, in 2010. Look at this. Henrik is gonna be there, but look at that. Here's with Santiago. I mean, they were making, like, you can see how comfortable. That's my friend. Never mind. Like, but Henrik is running around with Santiago, and look, and Santi coming over. You can see how comfortable they are with each other. There's interaction, but Meghan Markle is trying to portray a fake interaction with Auntie Serena, a closeness that is not there. And unfortunately, the child can't sell it.
When you spend enough time, so I have families that I do home visits with, right? Like that's my jam. I have one of those today. And I have kiddos that are like 8, 9, 10 years old, and they have 2, 3-year-old, even as young as 18-month-old, 2, 3-year-old siblings. I'm in their home once a week, once every 2 weeks, hour and a half, doing things. Within a month or two, those kids, I have one family I go to, the kid that I work with doesn't even care. He's on the couch looking at me going, hey, his 2-year-old and 4-year-old sisters are the ones that come to the door, and they're like, you're here. What did you bring us? They're more engaged than the kid that I'm paid to be with. Because if you have a consistent relationship, you will see that. You will see that. There'll be no standing off to the side. I have siblings that plunk in your lap, and you're like, okay, cool. Like, you're joining in on the activity. Alrighty.
Yeah.
She's not in that. There's none. She's just standing back like, what am I supposed to be doing? Mom?
And that's why it falls odd.
Mom, she doesn't even look at her mom or is holding her hand. You know what? When children are uncomfortable.
Yeah, they go to mom. It's an attachment thing. Go to a caregiver. Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, hug around the leg or something like that. Sort of like, oh, I'm a bit nervous about this.
I'm
Mom,
nervous.
that's their way of communicating.
Yeah. No.
But the thing is, it's that uncomfortable to watch because we all know a natural connection and reaction, and we witness that in everyday life. This is why it just flags out to people. This is a bit odd, this is just a bit, that kid looks nervous, this don't look a normal setting. But then there's nothing normal about it being filmed, so you can plug your show. It's not, especially after you hear them going on about how they need to protect their children, keep them away, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, they're there every day. And this is why you're getting the awkward interactions like Meghan with the hose pipe and watering the plants. And Archie says, only if you want me to. What?
It's kind of scary, isn't it, guys? Because those kids seem to live in fear.
Yes. Well, we talked about that interaction too, where it was weird. I'm a gardener. Like, I have a special hose attachment thing to water my plants with. I don't just turn the hose on and stick my thumb in front of it and water it. Who the hell does that? That's ridiculous. Anybody who's
got millions of pounds and they can't even get the bit to fucking spray the water out.
You have a proper spray thing on there to water your damn garden with. I'm like,
which tells you they don't do it.
No, they don't. And I watched, here's an interesting one. Do you remember her Valentine's Day? Oh God, she was making the bagels with the kids, right? Whatever, cute, whatever. We all do it. And I'm watching this child who is Lilibeth, and I'm watching this child who is 3 she's turning 4. And she's trying to spread cream cheese on the bagel, and she can't handle a knife. She can't handle we call it a paring knife. She can't handle the paring knife. And I'm like, you're going to be 4. and you don't have the fine motor skills to spread soft cream cheese on a piece of bread, Meghan, I think you got bigger things you need to look at with your kids.
Do you think there's a theory behind this though, which I find it could be quite a dark part of this story, is that have they isolated the kids on purpose because there's a darker scenario here at play whereby the kids are living in sort of in a chaotic state. They're not being raised the way that they should be. And is it possible that they're hiding them from grandparents and family members because there's a toxic family dynamic there? Because for me, the kids lack confidence for the children that of that age. And if they haven't got things like fine motor skills, or they're questioning whether they can use things, and they're trying to get reassurance from the mum, and need to have everything they do validated, is there something darker at play here? And is that why they've been kept away from other family members?
Well, I show you that picture with Henrik. We were at a dinner. I mean, because he used to go with me. This is in Belgium, and I mean, look, I'm gonna show you this. And this guy wasn't looking. I'm gonna show you this. You can see, and he had seen this guy. Just he's part of our group here, you know. But look, he's sitting with everybody. Look how close he is. Look at his smile, because he's had some interaction with him.
Yeah, I think the kids spend a lot of time at home. There's a lot of nannies and staff. They probably don't do much for themselves because they don't have to, because Meghan's got staff doing everything. They do attend the local preschool, pre-K program and stuff like that. But I mean, even that, like, they go, they attend, they leave. Like, I think they just don't spend a lot of time doing things that kids do. They're just kept in their, you know, aside from school, they're kept at home with staff who, again, I mean, and it goes to rights. Like, a child isn't going to know how to properly apply, you know, food and use utensils if somebody's always doing it for you. If the nanny is here, here's your breakfast, here's this, oh, I'll do it. They're not going to learn.
And this is what a lot of very wealthy children are lacking: emotional intelligence and just independence, really. I mean, I did see a film of Kendall Jenner, and she was cutting a cucumber very haphazardly. And maybe that is what it is. I mean, you literally have everything done for you, so you don't know how to do the smallest of things. So that could be a possibility. But I find the body language is not quite fitting for the age, and that's what worries me slightly when it comes to why they're kept in the dark. And then you see things like that and you think, is there more of a reason at play?
Here's the thing, though.
Look at Henrik. We're talking about body language, how kids look for comfort when they're in an uncomfortable situation, right?
Yeah.
Look at Henrik. Like, I mean, that was his first day in school, right? Mm-hmm. And like, he didn't want to let go of my hand. I had to. That's what they do. And we see this kid clearly uncomfortable, guys, because this poor child
breasts there, Paula.
Huh?
I like your boobies in that picture.
I have big boobs. You know, I have boobs. I do. I hate them, you know. But look at this, guys. And I mean, I can't make it large because it's on X. But you can see that the kid. Look at the kid. She's not looking out from. She's not trying to hold her mom's hand or anything like that. I mean, look at this.
And you look
the kid has the hand like that.
Yeah, that's
she's literally nibbling her hands, like she's like looking for
comfort.
But then to
play the hug picture is hilarious because do you see the camera angle? Do you see how the hug picture focuses on Meghan?
Yeah. Of course, she's giving out the hug.
Link and land there.
Here's the thing, though.
Plane is landing on that
forehead. That could be the gardener for all we know. You can't even tell who she's hugging in that picture. It could be the
gardener. No, you can't.
No, that's Auntie Serena. Have you forgotten? That's Auntie Serena.
But look how deep in tight that hug is. Like, it's almost like a child hugging a parent. Meghan's just so awkward. It's
No,
not
no,
even
no,
like
that's
her.
not it. That's not it. You know what she's trying to do? Because she's trying to play like when Diana was 19 years of age, but even Princess Diana didn't behave this way. That Princess Diana was not going around doing that. And that's a very inappropriate way to do this. Narcissists do that in order to make you feel like you're closer than what they are. So when you see that picture, even if Serena Williams is not that close to her, but you see that picture, you will think, oh, they're really close.
Yeah, yeah. But the
But
thing
he's
is, right, if you were to take
Rachel Williams.
if you were to take George, Louis, and Charlotte, right, because we've watched them, we've got a basic foundation and understanding on who we think they are. So we know Charlotte's like not for the mess, and she's quite strong. She resembles Princess Anne. We know George is quite nervous. He reminds us of William, and Louis is a bit of a wild card because we've watched him sort of struggle poking out the tongue and stuff. So we've got a basic of who they are, and we've been allowed to see them talk. We've allowed to see that front of their face for over a amount of time. So what do we have is people. Then we've had Harry and Meghan say we need to protect our children, Then all of a sudden these children are thrust in front of us, but you're taking away their voices and sound, other than the awkward one of, Archie asking for reassurance and validation from mom if it's safe for me to step forward and fucking water the plants. It's not, he's giving half a picture. So you take the move around to Harry and Meghan, we see the damage they've been able to cause to people with no empathy and stuff like that. So when you see the backs of these kids all nervously and we don't know who they are or what they're like, Harry and Meghan's created this by leaving them at home as they build up literal insurance for them to bring them out for their own gain. And this, again, it's a shit show.
Well, I got a question that nobody's asked, right? Because Serena Williams has a daughter. Why wasn't
Is the daughter not there?
the video of Serena Williams' daughter playing with Lily Candyland rather than having two vultures harass a little girl who was clearly uncomfortable? Don't you think that would have been the normal thing to have Serena Williams with her daughter and taking a video of the two little girls playing?
But do they even know each other? You know, is there even a play date in hand with them?
No, but don't you find that really weird? Because usually you would have the two little kids playing. So you, instead of being about Meghan, and because Meghan wants us to know, because she does watch our channels, that she has a daughter, but the daughter has absolutely straight hair, which is really odd because Harry has curly hair, Meghan has afro, yet the kid has straight hair.
But in some pictures, I've always had in my head from the few pictures I've seen that Lily has got big, thick, sort of kinky, like curly hair. That's what I in my
not the one that you've seen. Not the if you saw the one that she has with Harry on the 4th of July. This kid barely has hair, has baby hair almost, like that little thin ponytail, and you can see some curls.
But then the thing is, like, Cynthia, I'm sure you think with those children, we know that they've not had interactions with their family, their aunties, their uncles, their cousins. So other than at school, if they go to school, or whether they're not having much social interaction of different age groups. So they're not understanding how to react. So that may actually add into the social awkwardness. Or actually, if you brought Serena Williams' daughter in, you probably would have got a better shot, Meghan. But then would they both be in the way of the game, which they're trying to, by the looks of it, sell to us, And would Meghan cope with Serena Williams' daughter being in that frame, in that shot? Because it's all about Lily and that title, isn't it?
Yeah, but then don't you think it would have made sense to have Serena's, because then you would show that Lily is playing with other children. That's the normal thing. The little girl has a game, but instead of, there's only one reason that happens, is Serena didn't want her kid in any of this mess. Or Serena didn't really came to see Meghan, because this is to celebrate with Love Meghan, this show. Apparently Serena is there to help her with the launch. And this is one of the things that I don't get, because they said that this woman was a tough businesswoman. I remember this even an interview of her when they asked her if she was anything like her character in Suits. And she goes, oh my God, I've never met a woman who cried like that. Do you remember that, Cynthia? And it was like, I'm not like that at all. And she's like, oh,
not at all.
up with that, And then and then now this woman is pretending. The reason why she's doing that is because she wants to keep putting out the narrative that she's so naive, this yacht girl who's done. I mean, this woman, I think this woman has seen so much mattress action or knees, back, ass action, whatever. But but she wants now to change the narrative that she's this little girl, it's, give me a hug. I'm a hugger. And you're gonna hug me whether you like it or not, And I mean, no, seriously, girls, I'm asking you, if you come with a girl and you go visit your girlfriend, don't you bring your kids so they play with your children? And wouldn't have made more sense
But that
to
would
have
have taken
little girls playing?
That would have taken away from it. This was nothing more than, look at me, I'm Meghan Markle, Mom of the Year. Oh yeah, with my super powerful friend Serena Williams. Look at me, I have super powerful friends. Look at me, I have powerful friends. Oh, look at me with my daughter. Look at me, look at Serena Williams's daughter would have completely taken away from that. You would have seen two little girls playing a game together, doing what two little girls do, having a giggle, mom sitting back, directing the game as needed, and it wouldn't have been about me, Meghan. It would have been about
facts are this is PR, and this is never about Lily's comfort.
No. Nothing more.
And someone mentions in the side comments that maybe Serena doesn't want her daughter in the limelight. I think her daughter has an Instagram page, so I think she's plastered all over the internet anyway. So I don't think it's about her not being part of the campaign. I think it's more. Yeah, go on, Tina.
No, sorry. I was just saying maybe the daughters don't want to be markled.
And also, I just want to say something. Thank you, Honesty and True. I would just want to say something too here, guys, because Serena's also not reaching out for the little girl, giving her a hug or anything. She's just clapping there like an idiot, but she's not reaching out for the little girl. You know how when you're around kids, you reach out and you want to touch them and something. Let's look at Serena Williams, because Serena Williams features her daughter quite a lot. Her husband, they even get together, getting ready with Serena and her daughter. I think, I think that's her.
Yes.
Like, I mean, she's been featuring doing her curly hair, with braids. I guess, and there's them with their kids, so it's a natural family thing, and so you would think that she would want to bring her friend to play with that little girl.
But then the thing is, we've watched Meghan go to places where there are other people's children.
Look, guys, look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's got her own account as well.
We've watched Meghan, though, go with other people's children and get down on their level and sit on the floor next to them. Yeah, we've watched her do that, haven't we? We've watched her understand that. But in this scenario, you've got Meghan stood over, and it's almost like saying, this is a moment, this is a photo. This is not a relaxed moment where Auntie Serena's come round and Mum's there as well and just having a cup of tea. This is literally Meghan's, even like the way she stood with her feet perfectly set. I don't know why she keeps insisting on having the toe out. I don't know. I hate toes.
It's not a natural moment. And you even watch Serena and you see Serena with this big grin on her face doing, you know what I mean?
But she's keeping her distance from the little girl. She's not reaching out or even trying to comfort her. She's just sitting there like, okay, I'm here. I'm going to do my bit and I'm getting the hell out of here. Because you think that's a normal interaction. You hug her.
No, this was a PR. And there's obviously it's a PR shot because there's somebody there with a camera.
Yes.
There's somebody there with a camera.
Yes.
There's a camera crew there.
Do you think prior to that video that there was a lot of tension in the room of how it was going to be conducted from Meghan? So I think she controlled every scene and every angle. So everybody was probably quite tense because it had to be done the way that she wanted it to be done. And it looks like there was some kind of bad energy before that.
and everybody's like in the comments, people have been like, shame on you, Serena, and this, that. Okay, guys, go on her Instagram page. All of her pictures are perfect and posed and professional and photoshopped and everything. That's what these individuals do. They live in a world where their life is PR. Everything that's put out there is going to look perfect. Mm-hmm. Look at Serena's pictures. There's nothing. Yes, it's nice and family life and this and that, but it's all very well posed, pretty, perfect, photoshopped family life. It's not the blurry picture that you're taking, you know, on the ride, on the
The
tube.
kebab hanging out of your mouth.
And I have another question.
You know,
Why not a picture with Doria hanging out with her daughter, with her granddaughter? Why in the show not showcase Doria? I actually did a live yesterday with P Dinah, which was a lot of fun. And then and we were talking about, I was saying to P Dinah, don't you think, because we know that the sneak peek previews are what catches your attention. So her, if and that they fire the entire marketing team for the first clip that they released, the sneak peek, because so, and now they hired the entire thing, and this is the best that they could come up with, and that's supposed to keep us glued. I have to look at it because I have to report on it. But what I'm saying is, like, it would have, people would have been, oh my God, Doria's there. See the interaction, how the interaction is. So they're laughing with the mother, or maybe how about the relatives from Georgia, the black relatives from Georgia? Why isn't anybody asking this? Or Doria, she says she's all about family. The only one that she has is Doria, and yet she doesn't feature her anywhere.
That's the thing. Doria is the only family member. So if you're going to do a show where it's your home, it's your genuine, it's not perfect. Remember, what was it, the saying she had, the quote, we're not looking for perfection or whatever you. Doria, we know, is a consistent in your life, so we would have thought she'd be on your show. But as we all know, time has elapsed on Doria. That her role in this story, this chapter, is no longer needed.
Doria served her purpose. She served that purpose. She threw that narrative out there. She did what she needed to do. Now she's just a live-in, live-out nanny so that Harry and Meghan can globetrot. And that's it. There's no other purpose for her mother at this point.
And what happens if Doria's there? Headlines will be shared between Meghan and Doria. Right?
I'm going to show you something, guys. Because we know how Meghan flew to Nigeria, claiming she's 43% Nigerian. Right? And yet she didn't get to meet a relative. You know that Gwyneth Paltrow found her heritage and she went to the place where it was, and she actually met with people whom she came from, right? She didn't need to go to Nigeria at all. I'm going to show you guys.
I think her family is like 4th, 5th generation.
Yeah.
These are Meghan's
American
cousins on her mother's side, the Raglins of Georgia. At this countryside graveyard outside Atlanta, Georgia, every tombstone in this row carries the Raglan last name, right up to Ellen and Steve Raglan. They were Meghan's 4th great-grandparents. Steve Raglan is a classic only in America story. Who could have imagined when he was born into slavery in the year 1848, his descendant would one day marry into the British royal family?
Meghan's 4th great-grandfather was actually property of this slave owner, plantation owner.
Exactly.
Local historian Dorothy Tuck showed me the family tree.
Her mother, Doria Raglan.
Right.
Her grandfather is Alvin Raglan. Let's skip down to her 3rd great-grandmother was Texas Ann Raglan, and she was the first one to move to Los Angeles.
Meghan's cousins only learned about their connections to her right before the business on her mother's side. He lives in Los Angeles. He and Doria share a grandmother, Lily, who bears a striking resemblance to Meghan and Doria.
My wife, during the wedding, she just kept on saying, I just want to go with her and hug her, you know, because she was all by herself. Like, she was so reserved and just so proud.
Unlike the Markles, the Raglins are content to remain in the background, filled with private pride of their link to the American princess.
Like, who wouldn't want to be around those people? I want to go down there.
Yes, and that's the thing, right? If Meghan Markle had a show where she literally went back to her roots, and you watched her go into these homes and eating their food and getting to know her history, I think people, but she hates that part of her history, doesn't she?
Hates it.
She hates to be reminded she's black.
Yeah,
she's happy to blackface, but she doesn't want to be black.
These people are lovely. I've seen some stories with them in it. They're lovely people.
But this is really stupid because they say that they're happy to remain in the background. No, they're not. They're doing Inside Edition.
Yeah, I was just thinking that they're actually on a show, so they're not obviously happy to remain in the background.
If part of it though is this, just is, it's like we've been kicked off to the curb. We've been treated like garbage. You know what? We want people to see that we are nice people. We're not going to interfere. We're not going to get, you know, we're not going to do that. But we are her family. We're nice people.
We
So
do
here
exist.
we are.
We are
Because
here.
they're lovely people. And her
No, but
history-
why not have her flat family? She has
I
loads
know.
of. We
She has
have her,
loads of
her
family.
cousin Johnson that said that they used to, he didn't understand why she said that she didn't have a family growing up, because he remember the interview he gave the cousin. So we used to go all the time over to the Marcos home, even when they were divorced. It was fun.
But we know that she's not a family orientated person. She's career driven and ambitious. And Serena Williams, you've got to remember, at the moment she's hot property after her Super Bowl dance. So you know, she's kind of hot topic at the moment, and it's a great time to have her around the house.
Yeah,
She
Right,
doesn't care about her
guys.
family.
I've got to go now.
Bye, Tina.
You know, we're gonna go too, guys. I have to get going.
Oh, I was just going to say though, can you imagine if you put Archie and Lilibet in for a few years, mix them with all their family, going to occasions, celebrations? I'm telling you now, that photo op would be completely different. You wouldn't feel the awkwardness of those kids because they're socially like that. You know what I mean? Like
it
they're
takes
fun.
a village
They're
to raise a
content.
child.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely,
100%.
absolutely. And I think the whole world know that, and that's why the whole world is just struggling with Harry and Meghan, the decisions they make.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love you all.
Bye, sweetie.
Love
We're
you
gonna
too.
do another Mondays with you guys next week, and hopefully, and it'll be a lot of fun. Please go subscribe to Victoria, to Cynthia, to the Aftermath. You know, we just wanted to welcome back Victoria because she's
I've not been very well, so I'm okay, but I'm just, it's taking a while to get back on my feet again, but I am moving.
You will get back on your feet, right, Cynthia? Otherwise, you're gonna make us go and get me Latino on you and Canadian. You know,
you got this.
Or we're gonna send you with the monkeys with Cynthia. But thank you very much, guys. Leave in your comments if you think that it was normal. Why wasn't Serena Williams' daughter playing with Lily? That would have been a normal thing. Why isn't Serena Williams reaching out to hug her little niece? Why isn't even Meghan touching her daughter? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It's like hugging her or something to encourage her. Nothing.
Why aren't you sitting around a kitchen table playing this game so that you can all with
the little girls?
My husband's home, ladies.
So we're gonna get going, guys. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you for having me on, Paula. Bye, Cynthia. Bye. Take care. Bye, everyone in the side chat. Bye. Take care. Bye.